My keys in my suitcase. He pushes me on the bed. He throws my keys on the ground, and this man made love to me.
Taking the convo to high levels. Comment, like, and subscribe if you're enjoying Durable Minds Radio.
Okay, so like I said, man, this female right here, she gonna tell us her little story. And like I said, take it with a grain of salt, because it is a female telling the story. And, you know, she's on a platform, so they gonna have to dress it up, right? They got them, get them numbers up. But let's get into it, man. Let's hear what she's talking about. It's a little 12-minute video. Let's talk about it.
About attachment issues. I meet this man at this club. This girl comes up to me.
Was this at the strip club? Or
This was at the strip club. This girl says, hey, I want you to come meet somebody. And that is where my life was about to take a huge turn, and I had no idea. So she brings me up to this guy. She's like, this is so-and-so. I'm like, hi. And he doesn't get up, doesn't, say, come get up, come have a seat. He just kind of sits there and is, just not a gentleman by any means. And so I'm talking to him. We exchange information.
Okay, pause. She just said he's not a gentleman, right? I could have sworn that's what she said, right? He's not a gentleman, or not at all, but they exchange information. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, all right. Okay, well, I don't know what that means. She's not a gentleman, but y'all exchange information. Why? Right? Gotta catch these little things. Let's go.
Well, how much time went by? I think maybe a year, almost a year. He's in my Instagram DMs, and he had just got out of jail. And he's a really good talker. He knew everything to say to make me, to trigger my daddy issues.
Now you hear that, right? He's saying he's a good talker, but he's not speaking the truth. He's not being real. You see a lot of these guys, I got the gift of gab, right? But it's like, the hell with that. Can you just speak the truth of who you is and what you live by, and articulate it in a way to where, you don't feel like you're incriminating yourself? Can you challenge your brain to do that? Or are you going to just start, selling dreams and blowing smoke up, up females, behinds and trying to just get them to like you, right? Listen to her.
So different. You're one of a kind. You have so much potential. Just shit that a pimp would say. And I knew he was a pimp, but I didn't.
No. See? That ain't stuff that the P would say. The stuff that the P would say would be real, in the beginning of what it is, and still be able to, say it in a charming way, but you're going to know what it is, right? You're not going to be like, oh, now I figured it out, years later, that's how a P talks. No.
Know what that really meant until I was with him. So he started bringing me around him. He would take me out. We would go get drinks. We would just spend time together. And we would do adult things that it would make a woman, catch feelings. And he was really good at making.
Now, mind you, she's a turnout, right? Mind you, she works in a strip club, right? So, we didn't have plenty of debates about, is the stripper closer to the square female or closer to the 304 female? So now you ask yourself, you're spending time, and I don't know if the gentleman's of the lifestyle. I don't know, right? That's what I'm saying. Is he really, if he is of the lifestyle, why would he, start this way, right? You get what I'm saying? To where it's like, I'm a wine and diner, get her to like me. And I get it. She's a turnout, but she's also been in the strip club, right? So you got to look at it. I'm not mad at the female, right? I'm just, breaking down that maybe that boyfriend that she got really wasn't a pimp. So when they put it in their titles, they're getting the wrong message out there. They're saying that these gentlemen are the pimps, when reality is they're not, right? These guys are just trying to manipulate females. You know, the gentleman of the game, he's gonna, you know, be real with the female in the beginning, you know, when the time is right, and, you know, not when the time is right, but just in the right form, to where now she's understanding and being open-minded to want to choose that lifestyle, instead of being like, oh, he really likes me, I really like him, I'm gonna be with him forever, he's gonna take care of me and all of that. You know what I'm saying? They understand the real first, and then they understand, because they got to be adult and take the real seriously, then all them other activities and being taken care of and all that falls into place.
You feel super, super special.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, did you start to fall for him?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, that time in my life, I subconsciously, I just wanted a man to like come in and rescue me and take care of me, sweep me off my feet, make all my problems go away. I was living with my mom. I didn't want to live there. We didn't have the best relationship at the time. We do now. We're like this now.
See, all she's saying is she liked the dude. She likes him. I didn't want to be at the house. I'm young. I'm bored. And I like this guy. He's about to sweep me off my feet. No understanding of the structure of the lifestyle.
But it was all just because of me and my deep-rooted problems. And he says, I want you to move in with me. And that was like, this man, you know, he likes me. He wants me to move in with him and take care of you. Yeah. And that's kind of what he promised. And so I move in, and then he starts to say shit like, I think we could make some money together. You know, there's ways we can do this and that. And when I hear that, I'm thinking,
now he tries to open the door. And I have partners, man. They be, oh man, she gotta like me first, then I'm on. And it's like, bro, you can't. If you're in this lifestyle, you can't do it that way. That just doesn't work. That doesn't work. That's you trying to, you know, hide or stop trying to challenge your communication skills to the female because you're scared of the rejection. That's what that is. One second. Like I never left. But that's what that is, man. These dudes be scared of rejection. They be scared of the female being like, nah, I'm cool. So they just got to get them to like them, and then like, oh, let's I know a way we can get some money.
there's something we can do where I can make money and he can make money. That's great, because I really don't want to dance anymore.
That's what she
and
thought.
So he doesn't really tell me what it was, but he says you need to like go back to work and like bring me back, you know, the money. And I'm thinking to myself, I was so naive. I'll try anything once, and if I don't like it, I can stop. And that.
Now you ask yourself, why does she say that, right? I believe she says that because she likes him so much. And this is the thing, a lot of cats think this is what the game is about, right? They think, oh, she gonna like me enough that she's not gonna say no. She's just gonna be down for it. She's been wanting to do it. And the reality is that might be true, right? But you didn't act like that in the beginning, right? So now when you try to act like you're doing this and doing that, you're gonna have to deal with the emotions 10 times more, because she's gonna be confused. You get what I'm saying? She's going to be like, oh, he's supposed to like me even more because I'm doing this. I'm supposed to be really his man or his girl now because I did do this for him when really we started off on nothing. We was, struggling in life. And then I said, yeah, I'll do it now. I'm supposed to be his queen. And then now you're going to be trying to get on your P's, you feel me, campaigning and doing your thing. And it ain't, the female might be all confused. And then you're going to be trying to, tell her what it is. And you're going to be over emotional. Watch, listen.
Fucked up, because when I came around this man, I intuitively felt, no, you have no business being here. You need to go back home. But I didn't listen, because that need for, wow, he's taking care of me. Like, this is amazing. I feel so cared about and loved. It overpowered, So I start dancing, and I'm following his plan. And, he starts telling me he loves me and he needs me. And
Look, he's saying everything. He like, oh, I love you. I need you. Please, please, can we do this? Please. And listen, there's a lot of gentlemen that's been, thinking they living in this lifestyle and had little runs, right? And then they'll take a little L, but they've never self-reflect. So when they get the opportunity again, they still do act the same way. You get what I'm saying? One second. Sorry about that. But yeah, they get to doing it over and over the same way. They never self-reflect. And I believe this is what this type of gentleman did. Like, he's just so like, oh man, and he probably really liked her. She's a cute young lady. He probably really, really liked her, man. And a lot of these dudes, they be catching feelings and then them emotions get the best of them. That's why, you got to understand how to, control your emotions, man. If you got a beautiful woman around you, man, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, man. You got to control yourself.
Genuinely believed it. He was really good at talking, but I didn't know at the time that you don't need to listen to what a man says. You need to listen to what he's showing you. And I had to learn that the hard way.
So what was this plan that he was having you do? You were going to the strip club and dancing, and then what?
Bringing back the money, and he was going to help me build my Instagram following.
Okay.
He just saying the bogus lies. And there's plenty of cats out there that's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this money, I'm gonna pump your Instagram and this and that, instead of just being and the crazy thing is they don't know what the real to say is. Because, I believe they be scared to say the real because of rejection, but sometimes they're just not, they're ignorant to know what to say, to know how to communicate the real lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they're thinking. This is what, gentlemen of the lifestyle be saying. And that's not what be happening. These dudes be hunting for prey using attachments and D's at the catch hand. Yeah. And they don't have no intelligence on how to have communication skills with female to where she gets what's going on the real though. You know what I'm saying? To where now they act, they got to do all these little lies and stuff.
My life.
But you were giving him your money that you were making?
Yeah.
And what was he doing with it? You don't know?
So I didn't know this for a while, but he was using all of it to like gamble. He was terrible with money.
But he was telling you that he was using it to help build your...
Yeah, to build me. And this man I'd never seen anybody have such a bad gambling issue. Like Prize Picks and all this gambling was bad. And so he eventually brought around this girl.
So he had a gambling problem. So now, and like I said, we got to take this with a grain of salt. We don't, he probably did have a bad money management problem. Because you'll run into a lot of females that, bad little situations happen. But if the square dude manages the money well enough, she'll still stick around. You know what I'm saying?
And I would go to the club. And, we would be done at the end of the night and we would get in the car with him and she'd be like, how much money did you make? And I would tell her, oh, like $400 or $500. And he would look at me like, don't fucking say that. Like, he wanted me to make it seem like I was making at least 1,000, a couple thousand. Because he was turning me out at this point. And she was basically helping him turn me out. He wanted her to rub off on me. And
what I think is that you might be right? But I think that she, the other female was going to get mad at him because you was in the club and not making no real money. So she was going to be more mad at him. And he like, don't say that because he want to make it seem like he's doing something smart. I really think he wanted the other girl to get in the club with you. You know what I'm saying? Not the other way around. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he was trying to save himself from the other female. That's why he was mad at you for saying such a low number.
You know, eventually we ended up going to New Orleans. So I'm at the club, she's on the street. We're all staying in an Airbnb. And we go out to this strip club in Dallas.
See, this is what be throwing me off about this female. She just said that they went to New Orleans, and then she said they went to this strip club in Dallas. Is there a Dallas in New Orleans? Is there a strip club Dallas in New Orleans? I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. It seems, you know what I'm saying, she might be leaving out a little this, a little that. She got her little notes, her phone. She keep going to her phone, looking at her notes and shit.
And we're in the club, and I'm sitting down, G is sitting down, and he like lays across her and is being like super affectionate, and he's staring me in my eyes, just like with this look in his face, like, what are you gonna do? What
And
are you
in
gonna
your
say?
mind, you guys were exclusive, right?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, okay.
But
Look,
you
look.
know,
Yeah, and that's the truth, right? See how she tried to flip it like he was doing the most? He probably was just chilling and probably kept glancing at her to see how she was going to react, knowing that he entered this game on some square shit with her, but trying to open her up and see if she's going to be cool with it. And he, you know, she let her tell it, but I think he got more emotional. His emotions more, everything would have probably polished out. If he had any type of pimpish ways of thinking, everything would have been polished out. But he was so emotional that he didn't know how to polish it out. Even though he started the wrong way, he had no game to polish it out because he probably lacked the experience. You know what I'm saying? Wait, we got a comment. No, I know I actually like these breakdowns of what the H and be saying as a T. I'm super square. I feel like I'm back in college learning. Yeah, whatever that last motions. Yeah. That's what this is. This is you're at school right now. This is education, but you might not pass. And if you do pass, that doesn't mean, you know, you're gonna, you know, last in this lifestyle.
I was very wrong. I just didn't know what the
Right.
fuck I got myself into.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking at him like, the fuck are you doing? Why are you trying to get a rise out of me? So I go to the restroom, and I come back, and he's pissed because I'm not looking at him. I'm just like, okay, you want to do that? Fine. And I was sitting there talking to one of the dancers, and we were just having a good time. And he gets up and like he pulls me up by my hair, and I'm like, whoa. And
I don't know,
the
a little
dancer,
extra,
she was like,
y'all. Just
like,
keep that
get
in
off
mind.
of her. What is your problem? And he was, I don't remember what he was saying, but he was pissed that I felt some type of way. And G saw that I felt some type of way. And he didn't like that she saw that because...
Look. He didn't like that she saw that because what? Because she know, this nigga is not a P. He been lying. He told me this is her, you know, his 304. And really, she think this is her boyfriend. You know? But let's see what she said.
She has been in that lifestyle. So she knows that is normal. Shit, I didn't know that.
No, see, and this is where they dress it up for the square ears. See, what she trying to say, what normal is him putting his hands on you. That's not normal, miss. What normal is him laying with another female maybe, and you know, him just having a good time. And you being able to have a good time with that and not getting into your emotions and feelings. But when he see you getting your emotions and feelings, then he gets extra emotional. She probably looking at him and you like y'all on square shit. That's what a lot of females in the lifestyle look at it like. Because they don't know the situation. And sometimes the situation don't even be like that, but the female just be emotional to where the other female thinks like, oh, they on some square shit. And it's really, no, this bitch just hella emotional. You get what I'm saying? One second. They keep sending me these invites over here on TikTok. I'm trying to decline them. Turn it off. Or I could turn it off. Turn that thing off, man. But I do like the commercial breaks. But we ain't need no commercial break right now. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling.
Working the streets, how much was she making in a night?
She could make 1,000, 1,200,
Okay.
15.
So
Yeah.
he wanted you to say that you're making more. Why?
Because he knew that she would want to make more.
Okay.
No. See, that's what she thinks. Because she just said, I don't know if y'all heard her, she just said that the female makes 1,000 or more easily. So by you saying you're gonna make more, the reason why she probably thinks because she wants her to make more is because that's what she's telling him. I mean, that's what he's telling her. What reality is he's telling the other girl that she is making more because he's scared to tell this girl to become a real, HOE or HO. You get what I'm saying? He's scared to do that. So to prevent him having to do that, he gonna tell the one girl, oh, she making numbers in the club though, right? The one that's on the blade, oh, she doing numbers. And then she telling the other strip girl, it's whatever, like, oh, she don't really want to work in the club or whatnot, right? Or she ain't making enough, or whatever the case may be. To where now he's saving himself, where he think he's saving himself by trying to. This is what these cats be doing when they get a little 1, 2, 3 deep, and they ain't never been in that situation before. They gotta start lying to cover their lies with everybody. If this is true, he was embarrassed because he couldn't control his emotions, so he had to regain control over the snowflake. Oh, it's just getting started. Watch how he try to get control over the snowflake. Watch.
Yeah. And also I think it was because he didn't want me working in the club and she be on the street. Like,
Did he eventually want you to work the streets too?
yes.
Okay.
There you
So we're at the
go.
club
There
and
you go.
he says it's time to go. Like, we need to go. And like, he's holding me by my hair. We're walking out and the dancer, she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like, cause I didn't know what the fuck was about to happen. And we get in the car. He's driving. G is in the passenger seat and I'm sitting right behind her. And we're driving. He's yelling at me. And I'm not understanding, why is he so mad? He was just,
Cause he
being
embarrassed.
weird, trying to
He
get
probably
around.
embarrassed. He probably drunk. He don't know. A cat. And this is why I'm trying to explain, y'all. When you're young in this lifestyle, I don't know if the gentleman was young, but when you're in this lifestyle, situations come. You gotta understand you're dealing with females. And females know how to get under your skin. They know how to, play with guys and stuff like that because they just naturally are emotional. That's just how they are. And if you don't understand that everybody is different, even if you're, going out together, see a lot of, sometimes people want everybody to, the pimp want everybody, all the females to be like him. If I'm happy, everybody got to be happy. Oh, you not happy? Oh, man, and it's like, look, everybody's different. If they're not happy, just let it roll off, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll come back. Don't even trip about it.
Is out of me trying to see how am I going to react to this. And he reaches back and he pulls me by my hair and he pulls me across the center console and he just starts like whamming me in my head. I just dissociated and then I just was like in survival mode at that point. And so like the whole way there, I'm across the center console.
Now, I don't, this part in the car, like I could, they could be dressing it up. If he drag her out the club, now he's beating her up in the car, and this is like, all right, we could just be, she could just be dressing it up. He could have been mad. He could have, a couple of times or whatever the case may be, but she could be putting a little extra on it right now too. But I don't know. I'm just saying.
We get back to the Airbnb. I'm thinking, okay, this man does not want me here. So I'm in the room him and I were sleeping in, and G was in her room. And I grab my keys in my suitcase. He pushes me on the bed. He throws my keys on the ground. And this man made love to me like he had never had.
That's a good game to say.
Was so messed up.
She wanted to say it was so good. But she had to catch herself and be like messed up. That's what I'm saying. These dudes that get so emotional. You gotta understand the lustful is a part of the emotions too, man. To where now he's like, oh, I didn't beat her up. I gotta get her to stay. I gotta, he drunk. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this is that makeup. That's very square vibes, right? That's very square vibe. And if that tactic does work, guess what? You're getting the idea in her mind, meaning, okay, she can start getting attitude or whatnot, and you're going to get mad at it, and y'all going to fight and make up. You know what I'm saying? But let her finish. But I just wanted a good game to hear that part because I heard him say it earlier.
He, like, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is happening right now? You just beat me up and now you're doing this. It made me feel kind of crazy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go home to my mom's and I just want to think a little bit. That was the biggest mistake I could have made, telling him that. He jumped up and was like, you want to leave me? You're not loyal. This only happened because you acted this way. Like, just making me think, okay, this is my fault.
Yeah.
And my suitcase, it was heavy as fuck.
There she go with that suit. She said that twice. He threw the suitcase at me. My suitcase heavy. So that's how you know, she's, might be putting a little extra on it. Now, is the dude doing some fucked up shit? Yes. Is he the pimping? No. That's the point we're making right now, right? He's doing fucked up shit because he's not the man that she thinks she is. He is. He's not the pimping. Now, she's thinking this is my boyfriend, and now, oh my God, my boyfriend is pimping. And it's like he's not acting like a gentleman of the lifestyle at all. He's not. Whoever listens to this down the line, that's what I'm trying to get to understand, that when they make these titles like, oh, I was pimped out by my boyfriend, the reality is the boyfriend wasn't a gentleman of the lifestyle.
He threw it at me, like, from across the room. And he had this cup of, like, soda, dumped it on my head. I had this Dr. Bronner's bottle of soap. He was, like, squirting it in my hair. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is insane behavior. Like, this person is not okay. And he's, like, hitting me, punching me, just talking so much shit. And I get in the shower. I'm like, I have my clothes on. I'm in the shower because I can't see because the soap was in my eyes.
All right.
And I get out and he's like on the bed crying. I just don't want you to leave me.
He does the same thing again, probably. He probably smashes again. I'm pretty sure this happens like 2 days in a row. She's all messed up in the head. And, we have deactivated inactive during your current live. Bro, what's TikTok got going on, man? They making me do puzzles and stuff over here to keep it going? Hold on, y'all. Yeah, there we go. But it's like it's a roller coaster of emotions. And they just going from angry to sad to lustful. From angry to sad for lustful. It's no control of emotions, within this situation that she was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And the reason is because I believe the gentleman is trying to cover up all his lies that he started in the beginning. And this is what I tell a lot of gentlemen. If you're not true, if you don't got no experience in the lifestyle, and if you're trying to get in the lifestyle, just be real to the female that you ain't got no experience in the lifestyle. You don't gotta act like this and that and try to sell a wolf ticket, because it's gonna come back and you might put yourself in a jam.
He made himself seem so vulnerable if I was to leave. And that tugged at my heartstrings. Like, okay, this man really needs me. It kind of tugged at my daddy issues. And so I stayed.
See?
And
stayed. And somebody said in the comments when I was watching this, he said, man, you had so many chances to leave.
She knew the game. Now she playing it away.
Took her own route, now she moving day to day. No rules, no guide. She do it how she choosing, but when it get quiet and she all alone, that's a renegade illusion. The renegade illusion.